Hello everyone, I'm here to give you a review on a book in the very first series I'm going to make here on my channel. And the very first book I'm going to give a review on is Star Wars Book of Sith. And this is an extraordinary book that I absolutely love. But before I go into this, here's my backstory with this book. And basically, I got this probably in September 2014, and I read the first 4 or 5 chapters then, and I'm like, okay, this is fine, but I kind of pushed it aside. And then, basically, I put it aside, and then I didn't start reading it probably until late, middle November, and then I'm like, oh yes, this book, and I read it all the way through from where I was before. And wow, I just felt reassured from this book. But I love reading this book. It's just a great overall book. And for Star Wars fans, I would highly recommend it. And if you are a Star Wars fan but you don't know much about the expanded universe, this is a great introduction about learning about this Sith. And basically, this isn't really like a storytelling book, but it's much more like almost like a document in a way, and it's basically told through different views of different characters within the Star Wars universe. There's characters in the book, and it's very interesting, and you can also basically learn many different things, such as I thought I was going to sneeze there. I'm sorry. But you can learn many different things from this book. Learning from different positions of the Sith, like different positions of power of the Sith, to different weapons, to basically even learning about the Rule of Two, which is extremely fascinating in my opinion. Like, if you don't know what the Rule of Two is, it's basically a rule created by the character of Darth Bane, who's a character like before 1,000 years before like Episode 1. And it's a very strong founded rule from Darth Bane's era all the way down to the point of Darth Sidious and Vader, where it ends essentially, because it really implies the main philosophy of the Sith, that there's always two at that time, a master and apprentice, one to embody the power, and the other to crave the power. And it's extraordinary learning that, and it's incredibly great to read, and I had a complete blast. And it tells you about the conquests they go through, all the missions they won and lost. It makes you learn all about the power, the force that they use, the combats, and the history of certain races, and basically giving their beliefs. It's extremely fascinating to read. It really is quite interesting. You get to see different views and perspectives of the dark side, but of different races and how they view it. And it's truly really unique and very endearing. There's also different traditions and beliefs of the Sith from other creatures and races throughout the Star Wars universe. And some very big highlights, such as, well, in this book there's very big highlights, such as the science of creating life, influencing the midichlorians, perpetual life, concreting the Force, the philosophy of life, new explorations in the Force, transcending death, the netherworld and chaos, Sith spirits, and the prophecy of the chosen one. And it's really interesting. And also, oh yes, there's also the accumulation of the Sith Ari, which is very fascinating. And it tells you almost like I'm sorry. But it really gives you a very much interesting, very endearing, very unique look to the dark side, and to realize that the side of Sith and the Jedi aren't so black and white. And it's very, very fascinating. The book is beautifully made. There's a lot of craft to it. Like, I really just love the book. It feels just so sleek and smooth. And it looks so cool and intricate. Like, oh, it's pretty much embossed, I believe. But it feels really nice. The pages aren't like traditional book pages. Like, they're very, very thick. The pages. Like that. But, oh, sun's out, thankfully now. But yeah, overall, this is a very, very fascinating book that I would very, very highly recommend for anyone who's interested in Star Wars or learning about more of Star Wars that they already know of. It's very, very interesting, and I think it's an extraordinary book. It's one of my favorite books I've ever read, to be honest. Yeah, and right now I'm currently finishing the Jedi book. And there probably will be a review of that probably next week, or if not, the next week after that. And basically, that's my review of Star Wars The Book of Sith. And you may be asking, what's this for? Well, this is for finishing the book. And to finish it off. So that I will read to you the code of the Sith code. Peace is a lie. There's only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain honor. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The Force shall set me free. Thank you for watching, everyone, and may the Force be with you. Always.